In the heart of the U.S. Virgin Islands lies a private paradise that became synonymous with scandal. This is Little St. James, a 72-acre island whose story is a complex tapestry of luxury, power, and dark secret. Today, we're not diving into speculation. Instead, we're going to trace the documented timeline of this island from its acquisition to its eventual sale, relying solely on public records and established facts. Let's peel back the layers of mystery and look at the history of what has been called the Island of Sin. The story begins in 1998. Financier Jeffrey Epstein purchased Little St. James for $7.95 million. Before this, the island was owned by venture capitalist Arch Cumain. Once Epstein took ownership, he began an ambitious and highly unusual construction project, transforming the serene landscape into a sprawling, mysterious estate. At the heart of it was a main villa, but surrounding it were numerous other structures: guest cottages, a helipad, a private dock, and even a Japanese-style bathhouse. One of the most talked about and visually striking features was a peculiar blue and white striped kublak building with a golden dome on top. Its purpose was never officially declared, sparking endless speculation. Some reports suggested it was a music room, housing a grand piano and acoustically designed walls. Another infamous structure was a temple-like building, often referred to as a folly, perched on a hill overlooking the sea. Its design, with golden accents and ambiguous symbols, only added to the island's enigmatic reputation. The estate was meticulously landscaped with palm trees and exotic plants imported to create a secluded tropical utopia completely hidden from prying eyes. Security was paramount, with cameras and staff ensuring total privacy. For nearly a decade, the island operated in relative obscurity, a private retreat for Epstein and his powerful guests. But in 2008, the veil of secrecy began to tear. This marked the beginning of significant legal scrutiny. Epstein pleaded guilty in Florida to 2 state prostitution charges, one of which involved a minor. He served 13 months in a county jail, with most of that time spent on work release. While this case was in Florida, it was the first major legal event that brought his activities into the national spotlight and indirectly cast a shadow over his properties, including Little St. James. Following this, the island became a focal point for investigators. In 2015, court documents were unsealed from a civil lawsuit filed by Virginia Jeffrey against Ghislaine Maxwell. These documents contain detailed allegations about activities that took place on Little St. James. While these were civil proceedings, they brought the island's name into headlines worldwide, cementing its notorious reputation. The stories painted a disturbing picture, a stark contrast to the island's beautiful exterior. The legal timeline escalates dramatically. In 2019, on July 16, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in New York on federal charges for sex trafficking of minors. 2 days later, on July 8, federal prosecutors filed documents in court stating that Little St. James was a key location where some of the alleged crimes occurred. This legal filing officially linked the island to the federal case against him. Just over a month later, on August 12, 2019, a massive raid took place. Dozens of FBI and IRS agents descended upon Little St. James. They arrived by boat and helicopter, executing a search warrant as part of their ongoing investigation. Agents were seen carrying out boxes of evidence and examining the various structures, including the main residence and the mysterious temple-like beach. This raid was a significant turning point, representing the most direct law enforcement action taken on the island itself. It signaled that authorities were taking the allegations connected to the property with the utmost seriousness. Following Epstein's death in August 2019, while awaiting trial, the future of his vast estate including Little St. James, fell into uncertainty. His will placed all of his assets into a trust, and the estate became entangled in a web of lawsuits from his victims. The executors of the estate were tasked with liquidating assets to fund a victim compensation program. For years, the island sat in a state of limbo, a silent monument to the dark events that had transpired there. Finally, in May 2023, a new chapter began. After being on the market, both Little St. James and the neighboring Great St. James Island, which Epstein had also purchased, were sold. The buyer was Stephen Dieckhoff, a billionaire investor and founder of the private equity firm Black Diamond Capital. The combined sale price was $60 million. Dieckhoff announced plans to develop the properties into a luxury 25-room resort, aiming to open it to the public by 2025. He stated his intention to completely redevelop the islands, severing all ties with their past. He has also said a portion of the sale proceeds would go to charitable causes in the U.S. Virgin Islands. This sale marks the end of an era for Little St. James. The island's journey from a private hideaway to a symbol of a global scandal and now to a future resort is a stark reminder of its complex and troubling history. The new development aims to overwrite this dark past, transforming a place of documented secrets into a public destination. Only time will tell if the pristine beaches and luxury amenities can truly wash away the stains of its history. The story of Little St. James is a powerful example of how truth, however delayed, eventually comes to light through the legal system and investigative work. Thank you for watching this factual timeline. If you found this documentary informative, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into important stories